An interview is an environment to be asked questions and to also ask questions as well. But I've noticed that a lot of creatives get into an interview with the mindset of just impressing their employer so that they can get hired. In as much as a company is trying to find out if you're the best fit for that job, it's also important they are also trying to find out if that company is compatible for you as well. As your job hunts in this season, here are 5 questions that you need to ask your next employer. Number one, what's the organization structure like? You need to understand the company organization structure. You need to know the hierarchy, who you're reporting to, who is giving you task, how task is being distributed, if there are PMs in the team, if there are devs in the team, and all their roles put together. When you work for an environment that is organized and structured properly, you'll be more productive. But when you work in an environment that is disorganized, it affects your mental health and it makes you less productive. Stress is one of the things that kills creativity more, and creatives don't need to be stressed. If you're working for a company that doesn't have a structure or in a disorganized environment, expect to be less productive. Even for someone who is very competent, the person might seem to not be competent at what they are doing. It's all thanks to stress. It's not always the developer, it's not always the creativity, but management is also very important. Number two, what is my role? So it might seem very obvious that the role is being put out there when the job was posted for. But when you start working for a company as a front-end developer and then UI UX design tasks is coming your way, or you start working for a company as a graphic designer and then product design tasks start coming to your table, that's when you understand that it is very important to have clarity on what your role is during the hiring process. These companies know the difference between a product designer, a usability engineer, a UI UX designer, a QA tester, and a graphic designer. But most times, these companies act as if they do not know. So it's important that you get clarity and know exactly what your job description is. This doesn't mean that you cannot contribute into the team or contribute ideas that will make the UI better or make the team grow. It's just that there's a difference between contributing ideas and taking up a whole job that is not even yours for the same pay that you're receiving. Number three, this one is very, very important. You need to ask your employer, what is your employee security strategy? Employee security strategy is just basically my own word, but this is what it means. Let's say, for instance, a company is having financial difficulty. They are unable to make as much sales or get as much clients in the space of 3 to 6 months. What is their fastest trigger? What is the fastest solution to their financial challenges? Is it laying off staffs? Is it cutting down people's salary? You need to understand what the company relies on and how they actually make money. Now, this leads me to my number four. You need to understand how a company makes money. What services do they render? Do they have products that they have built, like software as a services that are actually paying them, or they rely on clients and gigs from external people, or they just rely on funding from the startup founders, personal businesses, and investments? You need to understand how a company makes money. A lot of people, mostly creatives, developers, and people in the forefront of the workforce, they believe that how a company makes money is a problem for the finance and the audit teams. Almost the moment the layoff starts, you realize that it's also your problem. So do well to ask questions before you say yes to that contract. Number five, and this is also important. When you're taking up a job, it's important that you ask a company, what is your employee growth plan? Now, I've worked for companies that set out budgets for just books and courses for their employees to actually learn and get better at the job and also better as an individual. It's not just all about performance evaluation. It's not just all about making sure you meet up KPIs. You don't want to work for a company that just cares about you coming to work, working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, 365 days just to deliver for the company without improving yourself as a human being. In as much as there's chance that you won't work for them forever, you can definitely work out the door in like 2 to 3 years. Some companies to provide budgets for their employees to learn, to make themselves better and become better individuals as well. So in as much as you want to work for money, also work for a company that cares about your personal growth, your mental health, your job security, and all the things that are in between. Yeah, that's basically how I find out jobs that I X and companies that I actually work for. So yeah, that's basically it. Like this video, share, and follow me for more tips like this. Bye guys.